Charlie Hunter-Schyff. I am Head of Planning and Insights at Telefonica in the Global Mobile Advertising team. I am specifically interested in about sharing best practice across our network and really helping activate and drive the mobile advertising teams forward in our markets. Mexico is an important market here, so for us as a mobile advertising, so it's really important that I help the guys here to share knowledge and best practice and consumer insights.
Yeah, that's good. Charles, how do you think mobile can change to be considered as a strong channel in advertising?
You see, how advertising has changed for me, how mobile is strong is more than that. For me, it's about mobile has actually changed all advertising forever. Because if you think about what mobile is present at all points of all media interventions. So mobile is having a dramatic effect at the way traditional media channels is being delivered. So it changes TV, it changes out of home, it changes the internet because it's present with there. And I think for me it's really crucial to understand that it's a different media channel in its own right, and it shouldn't be classified as a media channel that is part of the internet, because people's behavior on their mobile phone is very, very different to the way that they behave with the internet. If you think about the internet, it's a much, much larger space for you to have a detailed environment, whereas the environment of the mobile phone, you really need to understand the context to which a customer or a consumer is engaging with your content. And until you understand the content and the context of that, you really then have to have a responsive digital strategy to allow consumers to interact with you at that point of time, because a mobile strategy is not just smartphones, it's tablets, it's everything. So you really need to embrace this, otherwise you'll be left behind.
So advertising in mobile must be personalized, right?
Advertising mobile has to be personalized. It has to be considered about who it's going to engage with the audience, because any audience that sees a bad ad is a negative brand experience, and you really need to understand that context to which that consumer is engaging with it. And good advertising is worth paying for, to really spend the time to think about what your audience do and how that they behave, to understand the consumer insights and use that data that mobile is giving. If you think about what mobile is it's a true identity of a consumer. It's not just an inferred identity of a consumer, which is potentially what the internet is. It's the actual identity of the individual. So it has to be personalized. Otherwise, your advertising gets unnoticed, gets lost.
Do you think you need to meet the person you are going to create for the mobile advertising? And I don't know, maybe it can be used as like way to know their human behavior. I don't know, human behavior must be related to mobile advertising. So it can take or result to a better plan, to a better useful information or result. What do you imagine is going to be the change in the relationship between mobile and the users?
The relationship, so I think this is actually a very, very important point. The relationship between mobile and users has had a massive influence on the purchase journey. And I think for me what's most important about the consumer's behavior is that the speed at which people respond to the advertising. Now the purchase journey hasn't dramatically changed. It's still the same approach, but awareness, consideration, intent to actual purchase. But for me what's really interesting is the speed at which people go through that purchase journey. You can have people which are passive consumers, had no kind of influence or had no kind of signal of responding, to suddenly becoming an active purchaser. And mobile is allowing them to go to the brands at a time, at any place that they want to, and brands need to embrace that, and they need to recognize that they can't wait for brands to come, the consumers to come to them. They need to be prepared to go to the consumers at the point at which that they want it. Like, for example, don't have if your consumers are most active on Twitter or on social networks in the evenings, don't have your social media working 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You know, they need to be responsive to the needs of the consumers.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, Charles, it has been a pleasure to you to stay with us,
Thank you.
and I hope we NeuronaTV hope that you will come back to Mexico again and to be again in this IAB Conecta, this event. So thanks so much for your time.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias.